Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CarterMatt.com.
In a matter of just a few days from now, AGT, the champions, is going to be here with the finale. This is what happens when you format the show like this. It's kind of over in just like a month and a half, and it just goes by like.
Yeah, this was real fast, and it feels even faster because of the talent that's on here this season.
Yeah, we got some really cool people, and we haven't seen Angelina Jordan in a while. Like, she was on at the very start of the season. She got the golden buzzer, and, on one side of things, it's great that she got the golden buzzer because it's validation. She gets to be a part of the finale, but it also means we get one less performance of her.
Yeah, which is really kind of sucked because after they've now released this preview of her performance, it is so gorgeous that I do feel a little bit robbed that we didn't get to have one more performance from her.
Yeah, and, the reality is, if she was in the semifinals, after seeing the semifinals, like, she would have been good enough to advance to the finale anyway.
Absolutely no question she would be in the finale.
Yeah, but, she's here, she's doing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, a song by Elton John that I think a lot of people who at least either follow classic music or just watch a lot of singing shows, I mean, you probably recognize it already. We're going to break down what she did in this video. Before we do, though, if you do like this discussion, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to CarterMatt on YouTube, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates, because we're going to have plenty, including rankings of the finalists this weekend. I think that's going to be a lot of fun for us to debate over. All right, so...
Well, before we get into her performance, I want to talk a bit about her outfit. So you'd mentioned that she did Yellow Brick Road, Elton John. It's from the 70s. Yeah. And I liked that her outfit was kind of from the 70s. It kind of had that feel with a little bit of sort of the wider leg at the bottom and the yellow color with it to go with her song. Whoever put her in her outfit did a really solid job. She looked really pretty, and I thought it was kind of this cool 70s vibe which went with the song.
Yeah, clearly I don't think about this stuff enough, because it's like, now that you're mentioning it, I'm like, oh, it is like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It makes sense. I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Yeah, no, well, when she first stepped on stage, I was like, wow, what a cool outfit. And it kind of gives me that 70s vibe. And then I saw that she was doing Yellow Brick Road. And I was like, oh, this makes complete sense. It's got the same sort of color. Yeah. It's got those 70s vibes. She looked really cute. It was perfectly age appropriate. It was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like overall this performance was planned out really well. I mean, now that you mentioned the outfit choice, that makes a lot of sense. I think this song makes sense. Somebody who is her age, somebody who has kind of her tone, I think she can carry it. I think really, though, it's interesting. I think the thing that I enjoyed the most about this performance is she didn't try to force the issue on things. I think with you being a singer, especially a young singer, there's all this pressure of, oh, I need to hit that big, big note near the end that's going to make everyone's eyes pop out of their skulls.
Yeah, and the thing about this song is that it's Elton John. Elton John hits really huge notes and makes this song is very haunting, very grand. There's a lot about this song. And she changed it so much that, again, she did exactly what she did with the Queen song, where she made it modern and she made it completely her own. If I'd never heard the other version, this would just be an Angelina Jordan hit.
I feel like I really appreciate the fact that there weren't some random notes that were in there that didn't make sense. It didn't feel too showboaty. It felt restrained when it needed to be, but I feel like it was also soothing when it needed to be. It didn't feel like this was someone who was nervous singing on the finale of a show like AGT The Champions. It felt like she just knew what she was doing. She knew where her notes went, and she told the story of the song, and I think in a really powerful way.
And that's what's so great about her, is she is so young, and there's a beautiful confidence about her, especially in this performance. She felt like this was her song. Like, she wrote this song, she created this song. Like, this was just, like I said, an Angelina Jordan hit. And that confidence coming from someone so young makes this performance even better than, it could have been if it was anyone else her age that was singing this song. And the one thing that Simon mentioned about this performance that really struck with me is that she has taken a song from the 70s and made it feel modern, like something that I could hear on the radio. And it was that's a really difficult thing to do with something from another era.
And I think there's the artistic side of it that I think works really well for her. There's the stylistic side of it, but let's also talk about the intonation side of it, because I've heard a lot of covers of this song, and I think it's deceptively hard, because when you get to the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road part, like the notes kind of descend in this way where you're doing some weird half steps here and there, and it can cause, if you don't know exactly what note you're hitting, it can just kind of go like, and then you just end up being really, really flat, and it sounds bad and it sounds ugly. But she was able to avoid that, keep the notes flowing, and keep them in a way where it feels like there's a little bit of innocence to it, but there also feels like there's a determination to it, where this is it's not an indecisive sort of message. She is willingly saying goodbye.
Yeah, and the other thing, sorry, I was just...
Yeah, it's okay.
So, the other thing about her that she does really well is she knows her voice very well. So she has these two different parts of her voice that she is able to blend together like I've never heard before, which is a grittiness and a softness. And I've heard people who are really gritty and have that growl, and then I've heard people who are real soft and don't have that growl. And so for her to have both of those things and to be able to put both of them into a song, especially a song like this. This is a song that originally doesn't have any sort of that grittiness and growl to it. And she was able to put that in there and make it flow like it was always meant to be there. And that's why when we get to those sort of that thing where it kind of gets that high and low register with the chorus of the song. Yeah. And she didn't go outside of what she does. She kept with the fact that she is soft and then she has a little bit of a growl. And she put that into the song in a way that made it blend just gorgeous. She was so good in this song. I was really blown away. I've listened to the original song a million times. I love Elton John. I love this song. This felt like I had heard it for the first time.
Well, let's talk now about what I think is going to be the biggest challenge that Angelina faces, and that is trying to figure out exactly where she stands amidst the larger leaderboard here. And I'm not trying to rank her per se in this video, but...
No, we'll be bringing that coming this weekend.
So, but really, what I'm more thinking about right now is I think out of a lot of the singers that are on this season, Angelina has a ton of commercial appeal. I think now that she's sort of introducing herself to various talent shows kind of all over the world, she can build up that audience. She can release albums over the next few years as her voice continues to mature and kind of figure out exactly what lane she wants to be in. But, you know, is she going to win this season? I think that she at least has... I'd say she at least has a reasonable chance. I think it's still too far up in the air to really... I can't declare anyone the winner just yet, but I think she's got a chance.
Yeah, I think that this is a three-way race for me. And I say that as someone who really liked Duo Transcend, and I think that they were really great. But it feels like this is a race between Angelina Jordan, Marcelito, and VMB.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of these three I think are going to win this season. And I'm in this weird spot because I like each one of them for different reasons, that they each bring something so different to the table that if any three of these people win this season, I'm going to be happy for them. Yeah. And all three of them feel in a way that even if they don't win this season, they are still going to be winners. And Angelina Jordan, like, past this season, she's just a star. It's not just her voice. Mm-hmm. It's also her stage presence. I did mention that she was dressed in a certain way. That may have been AGT. That may have been her own choice. Yeah. But it was perfect for this song. And the stage presence that she has is gorgeous. She is just going to be a star.
So I have just a couple more thoughts here. I think, number one, this is just sort of related to AGT's online presence. don't remove this performance, guys. You've already done this enough with Angelina Jordan.
Yes.
That was all controversy, and yeah, I don't want them to mess around with that. Just give her the platform, let her shine with it.
Yeah.
The other thing, and this is something that I hope this doesn't go against her. This is probably the only concern that I have, is that because there is this sort of, oh, you need to go up there and just hit this biggest note imaginable and carry it out for like 10 seconds or so. I hope they're not going to be biased against her because she chose to do something that I think is a little bit more emotional. And like, I could hear this on the radio and I could hear this being incredibly successful. So that just being a great singer isn't always about who can hit the biggest note or who can sustain the longest. It's about connection.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Simon had brought up as well, that it was very haunting and very, you know, that she doesn't need to hit those big notes that we're all used to. Not every singer is crafting their songs in the exact same way, and that's why she stands out, because she is different and she's doing something different. She's doing something beautiful and something that we haven't heard before, and it's very distinct, and that's kind of what we just need right now in music. Everything sounds the same, and then you have Angelina Jordan, who's in her own lane doing something so different and so new and so fresh, and we just need her. Well,
I'm excited to see how all this pans out. I think no matter what, she has a really, really good showing for herself in the finale. She can be happy about it. I think a lot of people out there can be happy about it. We already know that she's more than capable of hitting pretty much any note she wants, so she's kind of given us like the full spectrum of who she is in just a couple performances, which pretty impressive really as a whole.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hear from you guys now. What do you think about Angelina Jordan's performance on AGT The Champions in the finale coming up? Let us know in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.